Today I'm going to be doing a pick a card reading about what is your most authentic self like. So here are the piles to choose from. Pile 1, Octopus. Pile 2, Bat. Pile 3, Swan. Take this moment to choose your pile. So pile 1, if you chose this card, this is your reading. And firstly, it seems like you are very emotionally intelligent, and this is something you've learnt from life experience, and it's like you've had some time to figure out what really brings you emotional fulfillment, what you really enjoy in life, and your true authentic self is not afraid or hesitant to reach for that, to strive for that. And also it seems like you have overcome a lot of challenges in life, maybe challenges caused by other people, but you've been very enduring, and every time you've gotten knocked down, you've only gotten back up and better than ever before. And people around you are constantly thinking, oh, how are they gonna change now, or when will they, where is their limit, is what I'm trying to say. People may see you as limitless, and in some people it may trigger a lot of envy or a lot of background, gossip going on in the background, or people thinking, what kind of shortcut or secret do you have access to that they feel they don't have? But this is all coming from their own insecurities and their own feeling of stagnation, because these are the types of people that would rather blame society or everyone else for the way that they are, and they feel like some people are just lucky and they are doomed. They have that sort of limited belief about them. But your most authentic self is also very... I got this card, a fairy guide, which is blank, and long story short, in this deck, right, the fairy oracle, right, fairy guide is supposed to be like a blank card for which you draw out your fairy guide. But I take this and interpret it intuitively to mean that you're really very hard to categorize or put into a box. You are very authentic, of course, as your most authentic self, but also very multifaceted. You may seem or come across as unpredictable to others, like they don't know what to expect of you. I pulled some tarot, so let's set this aside, and I've got 9 of Wands so far. So yeah, it is really coming out, and strength, that you've really had a lot of challenging situations from your life experience that you have recovered from. Every time you've gotten back up and become even stronger or even more smart, or you've made more improvements. And you seem to be a person who always finds a way to improve themselves no matter what, and you seem to be very a lot of perseverance, and also hardworking in terms of you build things for yourself and you've earned whatever good things you have in your life, other people will assume that it's just you're lucky and they're not, but that's not the case at all. Highlighted by these cards. Also, your most authentic self is someone who really goes for what it is they want, their goals, aims, someone who really works on themselves and achieves whatever you're dreaming of. You seem like, yes, you're hardworking and you are very devoted to yourself in order to achieve amazing things for yourself. And I'm getting the sense that you always try to give yourself credit, even if it's inside, like your mind privately. You give yourself all the compliments, or just to keep you going, or you're very self-devotional, very loving. And this is what gets you far or further than most people. And yeah, you're all about making things better for yourself, and you're not afraid to go after what you truly want. That's your most authentic self, is very much a go-getter in that sense. And this is what attracts abundance, emotional fulfillment, and just this feeling of celebrating yourself is coming through very strongly. And so that's all I have for what your most authentic self is like. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, and see you in another pile if you've picked. Now time for pile 2. Okay, welcome pile 2. This is your pile. So for you, pile 2, it's like I get this sense that you might be, or you might have been, easily misunderstood. And it seems that you see things in multiple perspectives, that you really are quite open-minded, and more than that, your most authentic self is not afraid to really follow their true desires. And people, it's like a similar energy to pile 1, but not exactly the same. It's like people don't know how to categorize you or label you, which causes them confusion or even makes them feel uncomfortable by default. So you might have a lot of polarized reactions, or completely different reactions or feelings that's coming from other people. Like, some people could support you, but some people could think you're the villain or you're in the wrong somehow. A lot of people might feel triggered by you even. Yeah, and also like with the Hanged Man, so you're very reflective as well, very much you go in depth doing your shadow work. But also what confuses people as well is like you're not 100% all serious, all dark and edgy, but also you have a sense of fun, a sense of adventure. And yeah, also it seems like you've accepted the fact that changes happen sometimes abruptly in life, and you're the type to embrace that and adapt to that. And you could also be, what's known as a catalyst, someone who awakens others just with their energy. You find a way of, not even on purpose, of causing or bringing about change in your environment, or having the environment recalibrate and react to you. Also, it seems like you have your most authentic self has broken free of any kind of self-limiting beliefs or mental thoughts that were keeping you smaller than you needed to be. And you've also developed a sense of assertiveness, of boundaries, and standing strong, like even if chaos is all around you and happens, you have a way of protecting yourself, of staying strong and formidable, or others might see you as very powerful and formidable or not to be messed with, which may also cause the misunderstanding. But to be honest, you're doing something very good by choosing to stand up for yourself and to also stand up for what's right. It seems you're not the problem at all. You don't start the problem, but when others try to start the problem, that's when you so rightfully defend yourself. And yeah, again, very contemplative, someone who has done the inner work very deeply, and it's that tough work on yourself and healing that is bringing you to this phase of life, or this point where you are starting to see the results of your hard work, or the fruits of your labor, right? Yeah. Also, it seems that yes, your most authentic self really speaks up and speaks the truth, and is also quite playful, optimistic naturally, and you really seem to know how to enjoy yourself, to overcome the challenges in your life, and also, party afterwards or have lots of fun. So it's to say you're not like overly serious or, this evil dark villain, like, that's, I don't know. There's some people, right, like to paint you as. So there's also this duality within you that gets people very confused as well. But, as I would say, if some people just can't understand you, then they're just not meant for you at all. Like, yeah. So hang with people who do accept your authentic self. And also, it seems like maybe before you used to hide parts of yourself, or maybe hide away from the more intense parts of yourself because of other people and what they'd react in the crazy ways. But your most authentic self doesn't give a flying F, just exists amazingly, playful and loving towards themselves, defends themselves, of course, whenever necessary, very assertive. Yeah, that's you, pal 2. Hello, pal 3. If you have picked Swan, this is your reading. So, at first, what I'm getting is that you seem to be very spiritually aware, or very in tune with your intuition, and you also have a very magical sense about you, not in the typical way, but also, a similar energy to Pile 2. You are multifaceted, and with you, it's like what you get is, or what people get from you is a reflection of how they treat you first. So you have like a beautiful light, but from experience, it's like you've learned to share some of that with you, to protect yourself around, because a lot of people out there, they're drawn to people like you, and they just want to take and siphon your energy. Naturally, you are a very loving person, loving towards yourself, also loving towards others, but you have also done a lot of healing and inner work to develop this kind of discernment on who to give your energy to, and having boundaries with that, which a lot of people don't like. They don't like when people like you, who are so magical, also have, these boundaries and self-protection, as you should, because people will keep taking and taking and taking until you give them real consequences. And also it's showing up in the cards as well. You can be generous and you can be very loving, but you are very knowledgeable and you know who to focus on and who to protect yourself from, if that's what I'm saying. And it's like people learn, or some people learn, because some people just never learn their lesson no matter what, but they learn that their actions have consequences. However they treat others does matter in the long run, and you're not gonna be the type of person to just keep quiet and let yourself or others be taken advantage of. You'd be the type to protect yourself. Very strong, powerful energy, very similar to Pal 2. If you don't want to check it out, that's okay. Similar but not the same. And it seems like you've also overcome a lot of things, a lot of pushback from other people, or people just trying to come into your life to try and take from you. They seem to be very drawn in by your grace, your elegance, and they felt very entitled. Like, it seemed they felt very entitled to your energy, until you as your most authentic self would put a stop to that, and never allow anyone to keep draining you. And you've done a lot of healing to develop this discernment and boundaries, and also done a lot of work to regulate your nervous system and create this peace, or you're getting very close to that stage of having true inner peace within yourself. Because when you heal yourself, it recalibrates, like the environment around you adjusts accordingly. And it's like you've learned a lot from maybe even lots of betrayals, or from people in your life, or you have a very sharp mind and are observant to how you might be very good at, psychology, how dynamics between people operate, and you seem to have an intuitive sense of that. And also from your personal experiences as well, you've learned a lot throughout your life. So it's like people get such a whiplash because they sense your calm, soft energy, but then they realize you're not to be messed with very quickly, you know. You will be assertive, you will stand your ground, you know. Yeah, and this is all I have for you, Pal 3. I hope you all enjoyed this reading. Tune in for more readings, although I mainly do collective readings.